Welcome back to Dawn's Astrological Vision and stand by for Cancer September 2016 General Forecast. Welcome back, Cancer Sun Sign, Rising, and Moon Sign. This month, I will be giving you the forecast for the new moon solar eclipse and full moon lunar eclipse and the movement of Jupiter into Libra. Cancer, the theme for September for you is Jupiter in Libra can bring improvements in family finances and benefits through real estate. On the first of the month, Cancer, the new moon solar eclipse is in the sign Virgo, your third house. The third house rules your thinking capacity, personal ideas and communications, relationship to siblings, short trips, and neighbors. The new moon solar eclipse falling in this house could bring about something as simple as taking some type of license or credentialing course or becoming aware of new ways in which you listen and communicate. All forms of communication and transportation are key issues. Life becomes more busy with errands, contracts, and paperwork. A solar eclipse is like a super new moon, initializing changes and transitions to occur in the matters related by the position of the eclipse in the horoscope. Initial activity usually begins shortly following an eclipse, often at the next new moon. Sometimes the initial activity stimulated by an eclipse can occur several days prior to the actual eclipse. On the second of the month, there's a stressful configuration involving the Sun in Virgo, your third house, Neptune in Pisces, your ninth house, and Saturn in Sagittarius, your sixth house. The Saturn-Neptune square brings about situations that are limiting, constraining, depressing, or disillusioning. This aspect can also bring about the ending of a significant relationship, a period of confinement, or the dissolution of an important structure in your life. This will affect the sixth house of employment or your daily grind, services, and health concerns, and your ninth house of higher learning, long range vision, philosophy, publishing, and long journeys. Secondly, the Sun is squared by Saturn, which brings slowdowns and obstacles. This aspect involves your third house of communication, siblings, neighbors, and local travel, and your sixth house. Cancer, the best way to deal with this aspect is to stay calm and stay under the radar for the next couple of days. The Sun is transiting the sign Virgo, your third house, until the 22nd. Be prepared for a lot of phone calls, visits, and short trips over the next few weeks. This is an excellent time if you are involved in writing, teaching, speaking, or sharing information with others. You will also have to be careful with the written or spoken word. Contacts with siblings, close relatives, and neighbors are likely to be more frequent. The week of Labor Day, there is a trine aspect between the Sun in Virgo and Pluto in Capricorn. On the 7th, this favorable aspect brings about an opportunity to successfully manage the details of any project or relationship. Sun-Pluto aspects cause us to be involved at a very deep level with whatever we are doing. You could be dealing with situations that have broken down. Cancer, this could be affecting your third and seventh houses. Pluto has been in your seventh house and will remain until 2024. With Pluto transiting the seventh house, this puts emphasis on the fact that your marriage and close relationships are the dominant fields within which your own personal transformation can take place. Cooperation can sometimes become difficult. The marriage can be long-lasting, but only if the person accepts the personal changes required to make it work. On the 9th, there's a sigh of relief when Jupiter switches signs from Virgo to Libra. This is your fourth house, Cancer, and Jupiter will remain here for the next 12 months. You can be extremely lucky at real estate, property, or products that deal with the home. This aspect can bring improvements to the home life, or you may decide to move into a larger, more comfortable home with your loved ones. Long-standing family disputes can be resolved. At the very least, you may simply experience great joy with your family and home. On the 16th, the full moon lunar eclipse is in the sign of Pisces, your ninth house. This house, again, governs higher learning, the abstract mind, long-range visions, philosophy, professors, religion, publishing, and long journeys. It also rules in-laws and travelers. Education or travel may come into focus with an eclipse here. There could be an urge to expand, and your wisdom may be tested. The lunar eclipse is like a super full moon, initializing the potential for important changes and transitions. We are evolving at a faster rate in the matters related to the house where the eclipse falls. Mars is making a difficult square to this eclipse, so this week can be intense for everyone. Mars connecting with the eclipse signals overly forceful and destructive behaviors that can indicate an increase in hostilities, home and abroad. On the 17th, there's a favorable aspect between Mars and Uranus. The creativity and originality of this trine makes this a time when you could be surprised if you decide to go for it and take a risk regarding your 6th house of daily grind and services and your 10th house of career or life work, reputation, and social status. With this aspect affecting your 10th house, you may be showing genius and dynamic action involving new concepts or techniques. There is sufficient willpower and plans can be carried out easily. Success may come swiftly due to a sudden burst of purposeful action. New fields of activity may open up as a result of the breakup of old conditions. This aspect may last for a few days before and after the 17th. Mercury reaches the end of the retrograde phase on the 22nd. Reassessment time is over and communications and travel schedules are all back on track. On the 23rd, Mercury makes a harmonious trine to Pluto. This aspect sharpens your mind and makes you a powerful, persuasive communicator. You quickly grasp the motives of other people. News and announcements may dramatically affect your life. This is a favorable time for planning business, political, or financial strategies that can help with matters related to joint finances, corporate money, business activities, insurance, and taxes. Also, it's good for formulating and signing important contracts and agreements. The fall equinox takes place on the 22nd along with the sun moving into Libra, your 4th house. During the next 30 days, there will be a strong emphasis on home, family, and land property. Your parents and close relatives could take center stage. For some Cancers, you may find yourself redecorating, changing residence, or buying and selling real estate. On the 23rd, Venus moves into the deeply intense and emotional sign Scorpio until October 17th. This is your 5th house, Cancer, and romantic, artistic, and social expressions are highlighted during this transit. You could be making social contacts with people of power or importance. Pregnancy or childbirth are real possibilities at this time. On the 26th, the Sun and Jupiter conjunct in the sign Libra. Your fourth house is in focus again, and this amazing combination of power and luck only happens once a year and sounds a loud all clear for growth and expansion in all areas of your life. On the 27th, Mars moves into the sign Capricorn, where it is exalted. With Mars entering your seventh house, you could be dealing with aggressive behavior either toward or from others, and there is a need for cooperation in important relationships over the next 6 weeks. On the positive note, this transit can bring about energetic cooperation that will achieve practical results. It is favorable for partnerships involving business, engineering, technology, police, and military affairs. There could be rewards in store for those who don't mind putting their nose to the grindstone. Lastly, the new moon is on the 30th in the sign Libra, and over the next couple of weeks, you are focused on your home and family, and changes could be coming into the home environment. There could be increased interaction with parents, family members, or others in the domestic environment. Business activities are more likely to be handled at home. Cancer, your lucky days of the month are the 5th, 6th, 15th, 16th, 23rd, and 24th. This completes your general forecast for September 2016. Thank you for returning, liking, and subscribing to Dawn's Astrological Vision. Cancer, have a wonderful month, and I'll talk to you in October. Bye.